banana and coconut bread. Banana bread is the recipe of lockdown, let's face it. I haven't got a spoon, you can get a spoon. So you will need 2 bananas, you will need 2 eggs, and you will need 150 grams of self-raising flour, and you will need 75 grams of caster sugar, and you will need however much coconut milk you've got in a leftover tin. So I've got like 2/3 of a tin in here. And yeah, they're very approximate ingredients as always. So it's not accurate baking, but it's fun baking. It is fun. And yeah, I can put how many points it is for you in the comments below. So yeah, this is my first one using my block, my butcher's block that I bought for myself before Christmas. I think it was a little present with some, it's a little like, because we couldn't go on holiday, so the money we bought, I think Adam got some things, probably for his bike. He's behind me over there doing his lesson. So I have to be a little bit quiet. So you just need to mash up your bananas with your eggs. It's essentially the same banana bread recipe that I've put in the videos before. You can see it if you look back through my videos, I've got banana bread recipe. So you can see that. However, it's using the coconut milk this time, and it gives it a really lovely tropical taste. So you can use mini molds, you can make them into cupcakes, you can use it. It takes 45 minutes in the oven at 180 when you've all mixed. Okay, so you will need to mash up your 2 bananas with your 2 eggs. So, free range eggs, obviously, not from my own chicken, bless her, she does not lay eggs anymore. Oh dear, that was just a shell, that was an empty shell. I've got a lot of space in here, but it's nice, it's working out okay. I've got my little block and you can see everything. So mash this all up. Okay, Willow wants to go out, which is normal. Should I mash these up in the skin? I forgot. You can use just a whisk or a blender if you want to, or potato masher, banana masher. So I like all the recipes I've done on my channel so far have started with banana and eggs. It's not on purpose. I haven't done that. I don't think I've done it on purpose. Maybe I have. They are my favourite zero heroes on the WW plan. This one isn't as ripe as it could be, but eggs and banana both 0 on blue and purple. Just pointing the eggs on green. Living my WW life is it's just second nature, so I'm not trying to sort of make it out to be the only way you can follow these plans if you're following the WW approach, because that's not it at all. I'm not too loud for you, honest sweetheart. Can't hear me, that's fine, there we go, that answers that question. So you want them mashed up so you can see the eggs are emulsifying with the bananas, but you want some small chunks of banana in there, so when you bite into the cake you've got a little bit of a chunk of banana. And then I'm going to put it on the scales. I know my eggs weighed 50 grams each approximately, so we're going to go off a pound cake essentially, so a pound, and we're going to be using the coconut milk instead of fat. So this is lighter coconut milk, but it still has a really good proportion of fat in it. So we're going to go off 100 grams of everything else, okay, and then 150 grams of self-raising flour. So we're just going to mix this up again a bit. So we're going to put in 100 grams of coconut milk, or 100 ml coconut milk, but I'm going to weigh it. So 100 grams of coconut milk, which is approximately it's a quarter of a can. And then I'm going to put in because it's quite sweet with the banana, we're only going to need 50 grams of the caster sugar, but you could use artificial sweetener instead if you want to use stevia. I really like the chemical reaction that sugar has. I think it's quite important for the chemicals within this cake to get that rise. You really need to have a lot of air into your eggs if you are using artificial sweeteners. Okay, and it's quite a wet mixture, this is, which is fine because we've got a lot of the coconut milk in. It really does thin it out. You probably could make it without the eggs as well if you wanted to, but it wouldn't set as well. You're going to need to use like an egg replacement, which banana can be a replacement. So there you go, and do that. And now I'm going to need some flour. So because we've got the eggs and the coconut milk, we're going to use 150 grams of flour and see what it looks like. If it's still really, really wet, add another 50 grams. It might be enough. Please don't fall. I'm going to wrap that up because I can just see it going pop onto the edge. And I keep such a straight face and I wouldn't scream or shout, but in my head I'll be going, and just whisk that in. No, 150 grams is going to be plenty. It is a very kind of wet mixture, and that is absolutely fine. So it goes in a oven 150 for 180 for 45 to 50 minutes. Okay. So put that over there. So I've got my prepared tin, nice and easy for doing a loaf tin, and just one straight piece of paper, and it goes in like that. If you're worried about it sticking on the end, you can put another piece of paper lengthways, but I'm not that worried about that. So clear a little bit of space, and then just pour it into your prepared tin. Again, let's say it's a £1 loaf tin. Okay. And if you want to really up that coconut flavour, you can add desiccated coconut to it as well. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit on the top because I love to be able to see. I think on a cake, if you're not decorating it, you should be able to see what's going to be in it. And this cake is, we're going to make some. I like to be able to see what's in it, but on this cake, we're going to make a. When I make a cake that's not decorated, like, I think it's nice to be able to see what the ingredients could be in it. So if you've got banana chips or a bit of desiccated coconut. If you want to, you could go mega coconut it up and use the rest of the coconut milk to make a coconut frosting, which would simply be the coconut milk and some icing sugar and some cream cheese as well. You can make like a cream cheese coconut frosting, which would be delicious. But this is just going to go in the oven as it is now, and you will see me in a minute. Say hello, babes.